Alright, first video was on gutting with the goat wrench. Now we're gonna gut with a flathead screwdriver. Most important thing with a flathead screwdriver, so you don't screw yourself up, stab yourself, end up with a bloody lock, is hold it with your thumb like this. When your thumb is like this and it slips and it lands on your thumb, it's going flat end towards your thumb. So you can see the 3 channels that we have available here, here, and here to get underneath that ring and to create leverage to bring it out. You can move the ring around, get one of the corners under there, pull it out. I don't know if you can see that well, but I'm getting under that corner right in there and I'm pulling it out. Now as I do this, I want to switch sides. I don't just want to work on this side, I want to work on this side as well. Pull that out. Now that I have those both out a little bit, I can pull the bottom out. And I'm just going to slowly work around. You don't want to pry it out, you don't want to screw it up. Just slowly get under sides, working your way around it. Till you have it big enough where it can slip off. Still not big enough. These ends are a little bit tight still. So I'm going to open that. And open that. Now the tail piece comes off. I'm going to go over gutting it again because so many people brick their 700s. It's ridiculous. First thing you want to do, put the key in. Now, grab your shim. I turn my key because we have, let's go over it again. Drivers all lined up on the top. Key pins all lined up on the top. To about the 11 o'clock on the plug and the 1 o'clock on the plug are anti-drill. So if these fall into those anti-drill, you're going to be stuck smashing it with a hammer to try to pop those out of there. I turn it right here, this piece. I know there's no anti-drill around there. There's nothing for it to catch. It's out of the way. There's some dimples in the side too. Shimming it avoids everything, but double, triple check. Now, when you're pushing your shim in, always keep pressure on the key. Grab the shim, grab it a couple millimeters from the plug, push it in just a little bit at a time. I'm right-handed, so it's better this way. Maybe it's better for the camera too. Grabbing it just a couple millimeters from the back of the plug and pushing it in that way keeps you from slicing yourself open, from bending, breaking the shim. It's just 100 times easier. So now, every stage with a 700, think about what you're doing before you're doing it. If I just push this through, I'm going to drop the key pins back here. So I flip it upside down. I grab the shim and my follower at the same time and push them forward. Now, key pins are up here, so I keep my finger on the plug as I move this back. Now I have all the key pins in here. Gut it, do whatever. Put it back in. I'm going to do the same thing. Have it upside down. And I'm going to lead with that shim. I always want to keep a little bit of pressure with the plug against, or excuse me, the follower against the face of the plug. So that way I don't create a gap there. Now we have it open. Pull our shim out. Now, again, so we don't culper it, pinch the face of the key, the face of the plug, to pull the key out. Now that we have the key out, make sure it's locked up and all that. We can return this if we want. I'm actually going to. And pinch the ring in. Just like before, we're going to work our way around it, pinching it in. Making sure to only get the ring, because you can get both the housing and the ring. You don't want to mar up your lock. These rings are replaceable. The housing's the expensive part. So now we have it back on. If we want to get a little bit tighter, we can put it back into the gap there. Squeeze it in. Squeeze it in. So now again, sometimes it'll happen is when you take off this ring, it'll get twisted. It'll become more like a spring shape. So when you put it back on and go to turn the key, it's going to be really, really hard to turn the key. So what you can do, make sure this is on tight. Turn the key a little bit. Whack the back of the plug. And then your key will work smooth. And I always use my thumb to push out, or pinch method. But there we go. There's an ASA 700 gut and reassembly.